In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Fig trees are supposed to bear figs. That's just the reality. Apple trees are supposed to bear apples. And believing believers are supposed to bear the fruit of the Spirit because God's Spirit, Holy Spirit Himself, lives on the inside of every real Christian, every believing believer. Oh, Dan Moeller says, if you squeeze an orange, what do you expect to come out? And the answer is orange juice. Well, if you squeeze a Christian, a real Christian, what should come out? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. The fruit of the Spirit should be coming out because real Christians bear the fruit of God. The fruit that can't help but come because the love of God is the foundation of that person. Well, that's what we saw yesterday. I don't know if that's the fullness of what Jesus was saying here. I confess I don't fully grasp what he was talking about, but I do know that a real believing believer should be bearing the fruit of the Spirit. Well, today we're going to see what Jesus did when he went into the temple. We're in Mark 11, and I'm going to read verses 15 through 18. They say this: Then they came to Jerusalem, and he entered the temple and began to drive out those who were buying and selling in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers, and he turned over the seats of those who were selling doves. And he would not permit anyone to carry merchandise through the temple. They had turned it into a marketplace. The temple of God was a mall, and Jesus didn't like it. Verse 17, and he began to teach, and he said to them, is it not written, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations, but you have made it a den of thieves, a robber's den. The chief priests and the scribes heard this and began seeking how to destroy him. You are messing up our good business. This mall is our income, and you're destroying it. We got to get rid of you, Jesus. That's what the religious people were saying. And when truth comes into a religious setting, oh, the leaders of that religious setting want to see what they can do to get rid of the truth because it will mess up a religious good deal. For they were afraid of him, for the whole crowd was astonished at his teachings. Religious people are afraid of the truth. Well, what I want to focus on, Jesus said, my Father's house will be a house of prayer. Look with me at 2 Corinthians. It's in chapter 6, and verse 16 says this, I will dwell in them. God himself dwells in us. Where's the house of God? In your heart. I will dwell in them, and I will walk among them. I will be their God, and they will be my people. Folks, your heart is the house of God. Your heart is to be a house of prayer. So God bless you who prays from the deepest part inside. Even Holy Spirit will help you do that because he dwells in there, doesn't he? I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit more about this fig tree. Can't wait to be with you. See you then.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.